Sile could no longer ignore it. The man she had lived beside for years was changing right in front of her. Or maybe he was not changing at all. Maybe he had always been this man, and she had simply never seen him clearly. That thought haunted her. For years, James had been patient, available, loyal, and painfully quiet. She used to think that quietness came from weakness. Now, it looked more like restraint. Sile started remembering every moment she failed him, every insult she let pass, every dinner where she stayed silent, every time she saw his pain and chose peace instead of truth. James was still gentle with her, but something had shifted. He was no longer reaching for closeness. He no longer looked broken. And somehow, that hurt Sile more than all the old arguments. Because now she realized something terrifying. It was possible to lose a good man, long before he physically leaves. Outside the marriage, James dug deeper into the truth of his past. The file he received revealed buried enemies, old betrayals, and a family legacy much darker than simple wealth. He had not just inherited power, he had inherited unfinished war. Sile followed James one evening and watched him step out of a car worth more than her family home. Then she heard a stranger call him Heir Douglas. The William family was not just cruel. They were built on appearances. Everything in that house had one rule. If it looked wealthy, it deserved respect. If it looked weak, it deserved shame. That was why James had become their easiest target. He gave them someone to stand above, someone to mock, someone to blame, someone to use as proof that they were still important. But now, the system was breaking. Lady Ross wanted James out of the house. Tyler wanted dirt on him. Luke wanted Sile back in his orbit before James became too difficult to compete with. And Mr. William, as usual, wanted the discomfort to disappear without forcing him to take a side. But James did not defend himself. He let them move. He let them speak. He let them dig. Because when proud people investigate power they do not understand, they usually uncover just enough truth to destroy their own peace. One night, Tyler finally found a lead. Not enough to understand James, but enough to be terrified. A private company tied to the Douglas name, a property held in silence, a signature that linked James to something far beyond their social class. Tyler went pale. The worthless man they mocked for 3 years might be richer than all of them put together. Tyler rushed to tell Lady Ross, but before he could speak, she received a message on her phone. The event you were denied entry to has been approved by Mr. Douglas. James Douglas was never supposed to be ordinary. He was born into influence, into legacy, into networks men would kill to inherit, into a name that opened doors in silence. But power had a price.
The board will
Years
never
ago,
accept this.
after tragedy, betrayal, and internal family conflict, James had been pushed away from the world he was born into. Hidden, stripped of place, forced into a smaller life while others fought over what should have been his. He had learned to survive without the throne. Now the throne had come back looking for him, and with it came old enemies, men who feared his return, families who benefited from his absence, people who were comfortable while the rightful heir was treated like nobody. James finally understood something. The William family were never his greatest battle. They were just the people who happened to insult a king in hiding. Back at home, Sile confronted him. This time, James did not deny it. He told her enough to change everything. Not every detail,
I need to know what you're
but
gonna
enough.
do.
Enough for Seal to understand that the man sleeping beside her all these years had been carrying a wound, a name, and a burden bigger than anything she imagined. She cried, not because he was rich, but because she now understood how lonely he had been. As James left the room, he received another call. A voice said,
They know you're back, and they've made the first move.